What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Well, truly sit back and ask yourself this question. Are you waiting for the right opportunity? Are you waiting for the right day? Are you waiting for the right feeling? What's stopping you from doing the things you need to do to get to the next step that you want to get to? I was sat here thinking, and for me personally, I feel like I tend to procrastinate a lot because I think about the outcome that I'm supposed to produce and I want it to be perfect. I already I already am thinking about the quality that it has to be, and thinking about how I'm gonna be letting myself down, or not meeting my own expectations if it doesn't reach that standard. Why am I already fussing about an outcome, but really I should be focused on making it and then dealing with whatever comes with the outcome. I'm just thinking, like, you think about technically when you're like so hyper fixated on the outcome, you're just, what are you doing? You're focusing on something that's hypothetical, something that technically doesn't exist. Like, for example, if you wanted to like have a new post, put a new post up, but it's something different, something that you've not done before. You're a little bit scared of the reactions you might get, or the lack of reaction, or the lack of engagement. You can you can either take the risk and post it anyway, regardless of the fear, and deal with whatever outcome comes after, knowing that you just trusted your gut, you did something that you wanted to do, or you can live with the regret of not doing it. I think there was a quote that I wrote down that when I was watching a YouTube video that really stood to me. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Letting fear stop you just lets fear kill you. Wait, no. Sorry, I read it wrong. Letting fear stop you just lets regret kill you. Okay? So, what does that mean? That means that if you're afraid to do something and you decide not to do it, you think that you're saving yourself by, you know, not, not risking that failure, but on the other hand, you just picked a different type of pain. You picked the pain of not knowing, you know? So with this being said, you won't know until you try. There's a lot of things that you won't know until you try. Even the information that you got from just researching, someone else had to try of research or do trial and error to find out what they know. They had to go through a process. There was like loopholes or different stages that they had to like jump through. And that's the same with everything. Like, let's say you want to be a good artist, and you don't consider yourself to be a good artist. For you to get from point A to point B, there's gonna have to be something in between. What's that? Practice. What's that? Cultivation. What's that? Dedication. All these things come, and they accumulate over time. Like, you doing a little bit, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there of practice, 5 minutes there of research. Before you know it, you know more than you did 3 weeks ago. And you found out more about yourself. You're expanding your sorry, you're expanding your skills, and you're making sure that everything is unfolding before your eyes, because you're putting in the steps to make that happen. You don't know how it's gonna happen, but you having the faith that it's gonna happen is already more than doing nothing, you know. But you need to put that faith into action, because faith without works is dead. It's dead. You can come here and tell me all you want that you're gonna be the next, you know, Bryson Tiller, that you're gonna be the next Rihanna, but you need to be doing something about that, because you can talk all you want. I could talk. I'm talking right now. We all allowed to talk. That's all cool. You like the skills that you have, the gifts that have been bestowed to you. Do you think that they were given to you for they to just be collecting dust in the back of your wardrobe? No, they're supposed to be brought into fruition. They're supposed to be shared. They're supposed to be like a declaration of self-expression. Whatever it is, like your way of telling your story, whatever it is, only you know your story, and only you experienced it in your way. That means that you've got to go out there and be radiant, be the light, and shine the way you're supposed to shine. I've got this like notebook, and I just use this as a like a kind of commonplace notebook where I just write down like random thoughts, and I particularly wanted to go on this page really beautifully annotated, but there's quite a few important points that I wanted to go across, and I think that this will be so beneficial, because it's not even that some of this stuff you won't already know. It's that sometimes you need that reactivation, that little booster, just to ding, you have that eureka moment. I started off by saying, I sought the Lord and he answered me. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered in shame. Okay. Ooh. So this is Psalms chapter 34, verses 4 to 5. Those who look to him are radiant. When you are looking at something that's divine, when you know that you have a higher purpose and a higher calling, all this little business that's going on below you doesn't even bother you. It doesn't really interest you in the same way, because you know that heaven's calling your name. You stand in your power. You create your own suffering by dimming your light. By you shining your light, by you being your authentic self, you are walking in your purpose. You will only know your true purpose if you continue to seek the Lord, if you continue to work towards being the person that you want to be, the better person that you was yesterday. No more suppressing. Remove all barriers, doubts, and distractions that are barricading you from moving to your next step. If you know in your heart there's things that are withholding you, that are making life harder for you, and you have the autonomy and the ability to let go of it, drop it like a fly. Do it right now. For me and for you, but mostly for you, because we don't want to admit it sometimes, but sometimes we are the people stopping our own breakthrough, because sometimes it's comfortable to stay where we are, although we know that it's not healthy for us, although we know it no longer serves us. But we can't actually change what happens to us. We can't control every single thing that happens to us, but it's what we react to it that defines the way that we go about life, that defines our character. So if you're faced with a situation that is straining you, is putting pressure on you, that is, you know, make you slide down the wall doing the ugly cry. Just know that this is still developing your character, it's teaching you a lesson. Sit down and think to yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What am I supposed to get out of this situation? How can I alchemize this and make something out of it? You know? Pressure makes diamonds shine bright like a diamond. The Lord works out everything on our behalves. Trials eventually turn to triumphs. Okay? Trials build faith, build character, and then ultimately strengthen you. Things that are falling apart can really be falling together when God is in control. Having that radical faith that things will turn out good no matter what will take you so far, because what once you actually implement that into your mind, you don't worry. You're not even stressing. Like, things will be, you have that peace, eternal peace that goes beyond all understanding. It doesn't even make sense. You'll be thinking, wait, wait, shouldn't I be stressing? No, because the burden was never actually yours to carry. Every situation that you ever thought that you couldn't overcome, every situation that you was thinking, nah, there's no way I can overcome this. I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the. I'm looking everywhere. I can't. I can't find a way out of this. It's a maze. Mama, you're screaming out. No one's helping you. You're suffocating. But you made it through. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. You have more. I don't even say potential, because potential is like you could have been. No, you didn't just become great. You're not just great now. You've always been great. But you need to cultivate that and bring that out. Be in the right environment. Be in the right headspace. Have the clarity. Remove those blockages that aren't really fulfilling you anymore. And then, okay. For me personally, I was saying, I did actually write a date for this, but some of the things I was saying to myself that I wanted to change was like, I wanted to actually do things in routine. Have a time schedule for things, like a time to wake up, a time to eat, time to do my skincare, time to do, because, you know, right now I feel like it's all over the place. I also wanted to, you know, be more of a frequent poster, but like have scheduled days to post. You know, that's been a thing that's I've been trying to do for weeks, but particularly be more consistent on YouTube, because I do like long form content, but there's always an excuse, isn't there? What's your excuse? My excuse is I've been busy. No, I haven't. I've actually been Easter holidays has been going on for like 2 weeks now, but like I'm trying to get back on my Zoom. That's why I'm here talking to this camera, being real and being truthful. But I'm just trying to when I'm saying these things, I'm saying it both for me and both for you. But honestly, like, you have to start from somewhere. So me right now, I was overthinking maybe like the outcome of how the video maybe had to have a specific structure, or the time that it was gonna take to edit, and you know, sis, just do it first. Too much talking before the action, you know. Get in the studio, cook, make something, you know. I Actually one of the main motivations and one of the main reasons that I like to content create is because I just find it fun. Like I'm really just sat here offloading my brain and someone's actually listening to this. Like first of all, there's technology that allows that to happen. There's internet, there's so many things that effects that can do, I can add to spice it up. There's people that I can connect with, there's inspiration that I can get off, random sites. um it's just amazing, the endless possibilities of the current era that we're in. I was genuinely saying the other day, I wrote this in my notes, I think that in terms of the benefits that we have living in this generation, there is so many. I know we like to have like a pessimistic mindset about things and say like, it's the end of the world and blah blah blah. But from an opportunist mindset, there is so many endless possibilities to prosper, to express yourself, to just go wild in the era that we're currently in, this digital era. You can make something from nothing. You can become a version that yourself, or you can create something that was in your brain with free software and stuff. You can make your own website. Like I made this phone case right here, guys. I actually have a phone case business called G Decor, where I make, personalized phone cases and stuff. And I was gonna show you a different phone case, but I guess I packed it away somewhere. But yeah, and that's just something that I thought of, and then did my research, ordered materials and things online, created a website, created an Instagram page and other social media accounts and stuff. I started selling it, as in making my own money, as in being an entrepreneur. You couldn't do that back in the Victorian days. You had to be mining or doing some other type of hard labor just to get what, like 10 shillings a day. That's crazy. And there's so many like other benefits that I think we take for granted. Like somebody paved a way for me to be like free and talking and be able to work and be able to have a right to vote and medical care as a black woman in Europe. Someone did that. Shout out to them. And you know, segregation and all things like that is illegal. I can wear what I want. I can date who I want. The list goes on and on and on. But yeah, that's just like one other thing that I wanted to say is that try and create your own happiness by being satisfied with what you've already got, because the feeling of unsatisfaction this is actually a very important point, but the feeling of unsatisfaction within yourself will never be fulfilled by you looking for things that outside of yourself. That is the biggest lie that's the world has ever sold you. They did a very good job, I can't lie, because they got me too. Don't worry, you're not alone, they got me too. But I started to break free from that when I realized that no, who, who does hating me benefit? Society, the people who make things for me to fix, things for me to buy. Like, oh, maybe if I, get this surgery that's very trendy right now, I'll feel better about myself. Or maybe if I get this new car that I probably can't afford right now, I'll feel better for myself. And it's just that type of mentality. But if you're content with what you already have, everything that gets added onto you would be like a bonus. It won't be creating the happiness, because that means if it creates the happiness, it can also revoke it. That means that, oh, when they repossess your car, or when some accidental damage happens to the car, your happiness is dipping too. Or if you get that new man, the man of your dreams, my Kobe Jordan or Timothy Chamale type of vibe, your head over heels, you're in love. But when he breaks your heart, you're back to square one and you're buckling down your knees thinking, damn, my happiness is perish. No. See? That's what I'm saying. If you're already content with yourself, I'm not saying that this journey is easy. It's not. We have battles with ourselves. Mirror, mirror on a wall, who's the finest of them all? Be honest. If you start yourself that question, would you be saying me? If you're saying me, if you're saying that you would say it's you, did you have to work to get to that stage? If you didn't, that's actually sick. Props for you. But I feel like majority of us do have fragmented opinions of ourselves sometimes. When we look into the reflection, we're not all the way happy with what we see, but it's a process, and it begins with, like, it's basically like radical self-acceptance and all those things there. Some people do like affirmations, some people just sit there and think about features that they do like about themselves, and like, there's so many different types of ways that you can implement self-love and just pour that energy that you're seeking out back into yourself. But baby steps, one step at a time. But it has to stop with telling those thoughts that don't agree with the mindset and the person you want to be, to get out, evict them out. So if you're looking in the mirror, you're thinking, hey, what's that big zit doing over there? Oh, why is my nose looking extra wide today? You say, shut up to that thought. Block. I don't want to hear it. That's it. We need to be our own directors of our own minds, our own movies. So the power of the mind, the power of the mind, the power of the now. What you're gonna do with this information that I just told you, or this, like little boost that I've just given you. I've got this book called The Power of the Now. Power of the Now by Eckhart Tolle. And it's a very great book. I've not actually gotten all the way to the end of the book. I'm not going to tell you when I got the book. It was a very long time ago. But we'll get around to finishing it. However, there's things that I've highlighted in this that I think is very important and very interesting as well. If we actually just sit there and reflect on it, how much time is actually so precious, and how every moment can matter. Not can, does matter, but it's up to you to do that. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with when it says, one second, guys. Okay, so yeah, so it says, to watch an emotion in this way, as in to, let's say if you're feeling an emotion, it will be reflected in the body and it's an emotion, and you can become aware. To watch an emotion in this way is basically to listen or to watch the thought without judgment. The only difference is that while a thought is in your head, an emotion only has this physical strong component and is primarily felt in the body. You can then allow the emotion to be here are there without being controlled by it. You are no longer the emotion, you are the watcher, the observing presence. If you practice this, all that is unconscious in you will be brought to the light of consciousness. And then it goes on to say that basically observing the emotions is as important as observing our thoughts. He says to make it a habit to ask yourself what's going on inside you in this moment. That question will point you in the right direction. But don't just analyze, watch, focus your attention within, feel the energy of the emotion. If there's no emotion present, take your attention more deeply into the inner energy field of your body. It is the doorway to being. I feel like the way I just said doorway sounded so like I don't know what I forgot, man. Very northern, but what was the main message there? That we need to observe, but not really with like critical, like negative Nancy judgment, more with like ponder. Damn, that's how you feel, you know, Drake. That's how you feel, like that. We need to be present in the moment, essentially. But anyways, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot for someone to take in. I really condemn you. I mean, not condemn. Wow. I really commend you. Yeah. Shake your hand. I really commend you for, taking and processing all of that information. Yeah, but I hope that it bless you. Hope that you got some useful information out of there. And I hope that I can stick to my word. In fact, I will stick to my word. It's about the belief that I can come back and keep dropping more gems. And if you want to hear them, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you like. Leave your opinions in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm gonna do my skincare routine and hop in bed. Till next time.